All right, so let's move on. The next thing is custom modules. And custom modules give you some capability. Every once in a while, when I'm working with someone, we run into a situation where they want to be able to track one more level of data than what we have in the database. You know, we have accounts can have many contacts. And then associated with contacts, you can have many opportunities, many quotations, many sales, many activities. But once in a while, they need something else that needs to be tracked, and it doesn't go into any of these existing modules. So what we've created is the ability for you to create a custom module, give it a name, and decide what it's going to track, and then you can add your custom fields. Then that custom module becomes part of your navigation panel over here. It also will become another tab here so that when you click on it, you'll get the plus sign over here to add a new item to that custom module. So at each account or contact, depending on what you associate it with, you would be able to see a list of all of the items that are associated in that custom module with that account or person. And then you would also have the module itself where you can go and see all the records for everybody there. So that's what it allows you to do, and it just gives you that one more level of one-to-many relationship. So when it's turned on, again, you go to Settings, and underneath your customization, at the very bottom, you see Custom Module. And let's say in my example here today, what I want to do is I want to track pieces of equipment. Maybe we sell large machines of some sort, and we want to know who has what machines installed. And we want to track information about the machine as far as what model it is, a serial number, maybe the date it was installed at the customer site, perhaps the last service date that you did with it, you know, any fields that, again, you know you want to be able to track and perhaps do searches on and reports on. So I'm going to keep it relatively simple, but also show you that you have a lot of capability here. So I'm going to first of all add my module. I'm just going to call it equipment. And you get to associate your module either with accounts or contacts. In this case, this is at the account level because it's at the company. Now, a contact person, perhaps if you're in the insurance industry and you have different policies for people, and you want to track the separate policies that they have. You know, maybe they have a home insurance, they have car insurance, they have life insurance, they have different things. You could associate a custom module with a contact, and then for each contact, you could have multiple policies listed, okay? So you'll have to think about which one you want to associate it with. So once I create that, I save it. And then once I have my module, when I go back over here on the left, now I see custom fields. And when I click on that, I will see any custom modules listed here. And once you have this feature, you can turn on more than one custom, or you can create more than one custom module. So you're not just limited to one, you can have multiple ones. So it will list them here, and I'm clicked on equipment. So now I'm adding custom fields for my equipment module, just like you would add them for accounts or contacts. So the first field that I want to add here is machine. And if this works, and I don't know that it would work for you, you could make this a drop-down list. And then you could put in the names of the machines, right? And you may have too many to list, so you just have to decide here what's going to work. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to add the machine model. And this one, I am taking a little bit of a step here to just show you what you could do. I have those 3 machine types, big, bigger, biggest, and for each one I might have different models. Well, I could make one big drop down and have to select from that, or I can create what's called a drop down dependent field and then relate it to the machine field. So when I have big machine, I might have model 45 or 44. So that might be the ones for the big machine. And then when I click on bigger machine, I can make a different drop down list. And once I'm done with all of those, so when I click on big machine, I will get this. When I click on bigger, I will get this. And when I click on biggest, I will get this. So this one is related or dependent upon the other one. So that's there. And then I can create a field, let's say for the serial number. And I'll just make that a text field. And then I'll create maybe, so you can see here, you can create whatever fields you need, however many you need, whatever data types that are in the database all apply to a custom module. So again, custom fields, you need to create your user interface template. So you want to go here, and now you see your custom module. So you click on that, and I'm going to bring over the machine name, the model number, the serial number, this actually is another new feature for anybody who hasn't really paid attention to Access profiles. For each Access profile, you used to have to go to each one and drag and drop all your fields and save it separately. Now you can use the base template as your master and then copy it to any other ones. So that's just been added in the last 6 months, which is a wonderful feature. And then again, always log out. And down here now you see the equipment module. So it becomes part of my navigation pane, and you can go to settings and you can move this up in here. Each user can put it in position that you want. So now what I want to do is I want to add a new machine. Now I can, because this is related to accounts, I can go to accounts and add it there. I can go to the module and add it there. Now, if you're going to go to accounts and do it, if I click here to expand and see my tabs, there is my equipment tab. Now, if you don't see this, then you can go over here to the vertical ellipsis button, go to tab settings. So there is my equipment tab, and then I can click the plus sign and add a new record. Okay, so there's my machine, my model number, and my serial number. So if I pick the big machine, I can pick the model, and then I can type a serial number in there. All right, and save and close. So now I have added a machine to Abstergo Industries, and if they have a second one, then I can add it. Maybe this is the biggest machine. Okay, so they have 2 machines, and if I go here and I want to add, I can click on the equipment tab and add my machine. So just let me get a couple in here. Okay, so I now have different machines, and you can see here that you can add as many as you want. So I could have 10 machines at one company, 3 at another, and this is where people always run into that problem is sometimes they try to put those directly into the account record, and you don't know how many machines they're going to buy. One company could buy one could buy 5, another one could buy 3, and then you have to create multiple sets of fields for those machines, and it doesn't work. So this allows you to create that one-to-many relationship. So when I go to the equipment module now, I see all the machines listed for all of the accounts. And like the other modules, I can go to column settings and I can bring over my model number. Maybe I want account up here as the first, and I want the serial number, and perhaps I want that last edit date. That might be something I want, and I can set this down here. So it's the same thing. Now I see the different columns. Now what's nice about this, actually, if I go back to accounts and expand here and go to equipment, notice that the columns that I've set in the module are the columns that you see here. So that's kind of nice to be able to see it. And then you can see, a list of everything they have. And if you had a last service date, you could see it. Now, when you're in the module itself, you can do searches using the search up here. And you can search the 2 things that you're searching on in the quick search would either be the account name or the machine name. So if you wanted to find everybody that has a big machine, you could type it up there. And that's what, I don't know if anybody noticed when I was creating the fields for the custom module, there's a checkbox is reference field. That is reference field is what this means here. You can have one reference custom field. The account, because it's associated with the account, will definitely be a reference field, and then the machine is. So it makes it easy for you to search on. And then you can use your filter to search for any other pieces of information. If you want to search by model number, or maybe you want to search by model number, you could go back in and make the model number field the reference field instead of the machine. So that would be up to you when you're creating that. But it gives you the capability to do searches in here, filters in here, and have that one-to-many, because you don't know how many each person is going to have. So that's custom modules.